Hello everyone, my name is Aziza Chattman, and this is my final piece from the series that I did called The Purest Form. The reason I named this series The Purest Form is because I usually do paintings of mental health and domestic violence, sexual assault, police brutality, things of that sort. And I decided to go a different route with this series to show if we just raise our children with the love and good morals, good values, then they won't become, these abusers or police that are out here trying to harm and do good. And, they won't need so much help with their mental health if they can, help it. But, and this one was called Playfulness. So with this one, I named it Playfulness because, that's one of the good traits that children have. And with this photograph that was taken for this picture, she just decided to make the goofiest face that she could think of. And when it was captured, it just, whenever we see it, it just warms our heart and brings so much light into our life to just see, the happiness inside the children. Like, they're not thinking about all the things that adults have to endure or what the future may come. They're, they just want to be happy. They just want to have fun, and they just want to be in the moment, basically. So that's what I wanted to capture, and hope you guys feel the same thing when you look at this picture as we feel when we look at the photograph. And another way, other than gestures and facial expressions, that I use to try to portray the innocence and the purity into the kids is the halo. So back in the day, artists used to paint halos around their deities and gods and Madonna and Childs to show, sacredness and purity and innocence and all of those good traits. So I decided to also do the same thing for the children in my series, to paint a halo around their head to show all of those things also. So children are also innocent and pure, and that's hence the name The Purest Form. Also, with this series, I decided to use drip pour paint background for the background, and to help you figure out how I chose the colors for each one of my paintings. I have one of my nephew that's called Humility, and he has on these bright green and blue swimming trunks. And due to the name Humility, I felt like that was a perfect way to pop out those colors, was to use those cool colors and for his drip pour paint background. Cool represents being calm, serene, and all of those things. So that kind of helps you realize what colors are used for each one of the figures. So with this one, when you think of a little girl playing, you think about, the pinks, the purples, the blues, all of those. And also, like I said, to pop out colors inside the photograph, like with my nephew's shorts, she had, with the lights in the house, she had pinks and purple lights that were shining on her face. I'll show you. Then I used to highlight here on her nose and on her cheek and lips, and on her chin there's the blues. And I decided to use that to help. I decided to use those colors in the background to help pop out those highlights. Also, another thing that I wanted to point out is, I don't know if anybody was wondering, but in case you were, so in my last series, I painted my best friend, and she had on this shawl with flowers on it, and I didn't paint the flowers at all. I left those blank to bring out the drip pour paint background, and I thought that was a good idea. So I did the same thing with my nieces and nephews. Due to legal reasons also, I didn't want to paint the Peppa Pigs and the Ninja Turtles of the world, so I decided to do the same thing and silhouette them out. And I feel like this is a good way to be able to bring the background into the foreground by being able to see the drip pour paint through the shirt. So that's another thing, if you guys are wondering why I did that. So that's pretty much all I have, and I hope with this series called The Purest Form, you guys are able to get out of this, raising your children with, or any children with innocence, and well, the children have innocence and purity, and raising them with the love and the good morals, the good values, and everything they need to become, not to become a good police officer, not the one that wants to harm, the one that wants to help, and to not become abusers, and just not want to hurt people at all. So to be raised with good mental health and able to love one another instead of hurt one another. That's all I have. Thank you.